Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 38 and today we are starting things off in the shopping district, which is actually where we're going to be spending the entire episode. We're going to be doing a ton of stuff over here in today's episode and it should be really quite interesting. And to start things off, I have got a few things that I want to mention to you about my two shops in the area. Obviously we've got the mob drop shop right there, and we have also got this new one, which is the organic iron golem shop. Now, as I'm sure you guys are aware, the last time I saw this place, it was fairly covered in various bits and pieces. We had a pathway going up here, a pathway going up there, all because I actually blocked the entrance to Joe Hills' art gallery, and it turns out that he was planning on building a grand entrance in his episode. My little shop got in the way, and he decided to just continue on. He continued building his grand entrance above the top of the shop. It was absolutely hilarious. Honestly, one of the funniest Hermitcraft episodes I've seen in a long time. So I'll put a link to that one down in the description if you do want to check that one out. But it is now all gone. As you can see, this place has been returned to its former glory. And let's actually take a quick look. Has anyone bought any iron? No. Of course they haven't. But of course, over here we have got my slightly more profitable shop. This place is the mob drop shop, as you can see right here. This is the shop itself. But you may notice it has changed just a little bit. We have got a bit of redstone clay instead of TNT, and that is because the hermits decided that this place was a little bit too dangerous. It was obviously entirely made out of TNT. I tried my best to cover up all of the TNT with red stained glass and things like that, but apparently Exumavoid did an explosion test in a testing world, and it is pretty explosive. It really is quite explosive, which means that this place is deadly, essentially. So they replaced all of the TNT with this red stained clay, and it looks a bit rubbish, doesn't it? I mean, yeah, it doesn't look anywhere near as cool as it did beforehand. It's now just gone from being quite a cool looking shop to a really ugly design. So I think to start things off in today's episode, we're actually going to remove all of this. We're going to take down the entire shop, get rid of the whole thing, and then we're going to pop into a testing world, do some designs, and build a new one. Well, it was bound to happen at some point, wasn't it? I mean, I've got cobwebs all over this thing. I was always going to end up in one. Now what I'm doing is creating a new plot for the new shop area that I'm creating. Now this shop is going to be a tiny bit bigger than the previous one. The last one was actually really small once I built it. This one is going to be a tiny bit bigger, and it's going to use a pretty cool design. I mean, I'm so happy with the design. I've already created it in my testing world. I think it's epic, and I think you guys are going to like it as well. But we need a 9x9 area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've actually gone over the top. So let's just fill in this area here. And that will be our little plots. So not particularly massive. It's not particularly tall either. It's 9 blocks tall as well. So it shouldn't be too intrusive on the eyeballs. But let's hop into the testing world and I'll show you around. And boom. Literally, this is my new TNT store, and as you can see, it is absolutely lovely. I mean, it just looks like one big TNT block, but slightly smaller as well. So this is a slightly scaled down model of a TNT block. Of course, a standard TNT block would be 16x16 if we were doing it like a 1-to-1 scale. This is 9x9, but I've just realised actually the face of it is 9, but then we have these corners here. So that means that it's actually, what? 11x11? Have I done my maths correctly there? I have no idea. So it's 11x11x9, but it is looking really cool. You can see that is the TNT writing, very simplified. And we also have a few redstone bits and bobs going on that I will show you later on in the episode. But I am super happy with it. I think it's going to look awesome in the shopping district. So let's hop back on there, gather up some resources, and get ready to go. Guys, I think I'm having a bad brain day. I have literally just spent about 10 minutes sat here wondering why my cobblestone isn't smelting, and it was in the bottom chest. I put it in the bottom chest and then just waited. And I was like, why is it not working? Oh, wow. I don't even know what to say with that one. I mean, seriously, this is next level spoonage that's going on here. I have no idea. Right, I have got a bit of a resource update for you. As you can see, we have got ourselves a bunch of items, most of them being red. We have got a bunch of red stained clay, which we're actually not going to be using any of that, so just completely ignore that that's there. But we've got our red stained glass from the shop, we've got our white wool, which is going to make the band around the TNT. We've got our red wool, which of course is going to make up the actual TNT block itself. Then we've got repeaters, redstone torches, we've got some slime blocks, redstone blocks, we've got some pistons as well, ready for some piston action. You guys can look forward to that because I am so happy with the redstone design that I've created for this thing. Absolutely love it. But then on top of that, we've got some obsidian because I've been an idiot and decided to make the floor out of obsidian. So we're going to need a lot more of that. We've got plenty of mining to do right there, but also some glowstone, some more redstone glass, and some stone ready to make more repeaters. I think that should just about cover us in terms of redstone resources. It's just the purple stuff that we need. Oh my god! That's not good. That's so not good. Oh my word, I've just lost everything. There is not a single thing that won't have just fallen in that lava. I can't believe that. I can't actually believe that. Oh, my elytra. Yep, everything's gone. Everything has just disappeared, and that is totally my own fault. Totally. Right, I guess I should just gather up some dirt. I've got my diamond chest plate on me, so we're going to make our way back up to the surface and basically start again. So guys, it is now the next day. After that little incident right there, I decided, you know what, I've had enough recording this video right here. I'm going home, basically. So I decided to go home, basically just chill out. You know, chill out for a little while, and then come back tomorrow morning and start work again on the Hermitcraft episode. And as you can see right here, we are now fully geared up and ready to go. We have got ourselves, well, a pretty rubbish axe right there, but we've also got ourselves a decent shovel, we've got a half-decent sword, and a pretty decent diamond pickaxe. So we're pretty much good to go in terms of enchantments and things like that. Of course, we're not rocking any armor at the minute, apart from this diamond chest plate right here. And I'm actually going to be taking that off because I think I'm almost tempted to do this Hermitcraft season without wearing any armor. It's a bold decision for someone who is as silly as I am, but I think it will be a fun thing to do. Anyway, let's pop back through into the shopping district and continue work on this build. You know what? While we're in the end, we might as well pick up all the obsidian. I honestly can't believe I didn't think of this method. If we had done this, we wouldn't be in the situation where we're now one set of elytra down and a full new set of tools. What a waste. So finally, after a few minor setbacks, I guess you could say, we are ready to go. We have got all of the resources that we need. We've got our obsidian, our TNT, pretty much everything that we're going to need to build this thing. And we've got our space all laid out. So I guess it's time to start building the exterior. I think I've just been wrestled. I mean, look. I think I've been wrestled by the log fellas. Oh, I feel threatened. Almost wet my little panties. I am suffering from a very, very strange problem right now. Both Rendog and Exumavoid are over in this area right here, which means that they're in the same location as me. We're the only ones on the Hermitcraft server, and there are no squid. There is not a single squid. I've been doing this for around about the past 20 minutes. I am yet to see a single squid. Literally, I've just been cruising around in my ridiculously speedy boat, trying to look for various squid, and it's just not happening. I mean, they're both just inside that mountain right there, or at least they were just recently. And there's just nothing. I always see squid. There are squid spawning in like puddles on land that are instantly dying all the time. You give them a massive ocean and they're not even spawning. What on earth is going on here? Thanks to not being able to find a single ink sac. Yes, just one ink sac was required. That's all we needed to do the rest of the black wool, but unfortunately we couldn't find it. So I've swapped out all of the black wool for obsidian, and I have to say, I actually really quite like it. I think it looks pretty cool, and we seem to have tons of that stuff. But now, the exterior is pretty much almost finished. We have got all of the blocks in place. I think everything is in the correct order, as you can see right here. I've sort of built it all around those chests right there. Anyway, let's pop down and take a look at how this thing looks, and there's the reveal. Yeah, it looks really cool, doesn't it? That's a cool little TNT block. I mean, it's quite big. It is a surprisingly big build, but once we get this set of blocks in like this, that looks cool. I'm super chuffed with that. Yeah, coming out of this building is the first thing that you see. People are going to be making purchases. I hope. That's the plan, anyway. But anyway, the next thing that we've got to do now is we have got to create all of the redstone to do this door mechanism. Once again, super happy with this design. So let's quickly pop into the testing world and I'll show you around. So, here is our TNT block. It looks exactly the same from all four sides, but this side right here is the entrance. When we flick this lever, as you can see, these blocks retract and also the central blocks retract down into the floor, giving us a full wide opening, which I think just looks amazing. I think it's such a cool opening sequence. As you can see, there is the closing, there is the opening, absolutely fantastic. Now, the way that we've done this is we've got a 2x2 hipster door in the center, then we've got the single block retractions on the sides, but the issue is that with these things, of course, they need to retract before this central section retracts, because we've got the slime blocks here, but then they need to extend after the extension process. So basically, we need a bit of abrogate action, some pulse extenders going on and things like that. So we've got a double piston extender here, then we've got some abrogates over here, and it's been a while since I've used these things, so I have to say I was a little bit rusty, and this probably took a little bit longer than it otherwise should have. But as you can see, it works like a charm, looks really nice, so let's construct it on the Hermitcraft server. Stage 1 of the process is now all completed. As you can see right here, we've got a double piston extender, and it's extremely simple. This is literally all of the redstone involved. And when we flick the lever, obviously all of the blocks retract. When we flick it again, all of the blocks extend. Now, if you want to build this thing, repeater set to 2 ticks running into that piston, redstone running into that immovable object there, and that's it. That is all of the redstone, nothing else going on, and that is because of the way that slime blocks work and things like that. Not going to go into the details. That just works. Anyway, it's now time to do the outer block retractions, and we'll be good to go. Alright, so I'm about to do a redstone systems test. I do believe all of the circuits are in place. I think all of the repeater timings are correct, but I'm not 100% certain. So, well, that's already not a good sign. Good, okay. Everything's extended. That's cool. Updating the piston generally works in these sorts of situations. Right, here goes. Flick the lever. Cool, okay, they have retracted correctly, and good! It looks like all of my timing is correct. So let's chuck in these blocks and give it another go. So the door should open, excellent, and close. Awesome! We've actually managed to make this first time. Redstone never, ever works first time. So that is definitely pretty good. Now I've just got to reconstruct the path that I destroyed. The next little part of the build involves a few explosives. As you can see down on the bottom, we've got ourselves a water stream. When you open it up, the trap chest, as you can see, a piece of TNT is dispensed and it explodes. Now, I've tried this out in survival. Even without any armor or anything like that, it only costs half a heart of damage, which is fine. That's fine by me. I'm happy to take half a heart of damage there because it looks epic. It seriously looks epic. I have just had a thought, though. There's a chance that this could explode. Right, what if I do maybe that? Good. I think we're okay. If we, like, spam the chest a little bit, what happens? We're safe. That looked amazing. Awesome. Okay, so it looks like we are safe from the explosions here. They're not going to blow up the entire build, so let's hook all of this up. We're back on the Hermitcraft server now. All of the obsidian is in place, all of the glowstone is in place, our dispenser is in place, and it is now primed and ready with some TNT. So let's just quickly hop out of this little hole right here, cover up that area there. Good. Okay, that is done. We need the redstone on top like that, and then we're going to need our trap chest. That is then going to open up, powering our dispenser, which is going to cause the TNT to dispense. Now, in case you're wondering, okay, because I'm sure there are some of you who have noticed that this redstone is off-centered. Fun fact, if I actually place redstone here, it won't work. It won't work, the dispenser won't fire. I don't know why that is. I think it has something to do with quasi-connectivity and things, and it just messing around with the dispensers. But yes, so it has to be like this, which means it's going to look a tiny bit off. But anyway, we now need to cover up this entire area with our red stained glass, and I have to say, I really, really like the combination of obsidian underneath the red glass. I don't know what it is. Okay, I have absolutely no clue what is driving this, but I think it looks pretty sweet. And have I done this wrong? I think I've put the glowstone on the wrong level. That's that's definitely what's happened here, and I don't even have a silk touch pickaxe, so we're about to make a massive loss. So here comes the first TNT test on the actual Hermitcraft server. This could go badly, okay, because as you guys know, single player is fine. Generally speaking, there's no lag there, and there's no difference between client side and server side. That can happen on the Hermitcraft server. So let's go. well, I don't fully understand why that just happened, but other than that, I think we're fine. We only took like the tiniest bit of damage. We're all good. Sweet. Now the fact that the item frames don't actually work with the TNT is a little bit worrying, because of course we were going to be using the item frames to say how much each one of the items is going to cost. So if the signs don't work, then we could be in big trouble, basically, because we won't be able to say what products are what, but by the look of things, if we do some advanced testing here, we should be okay. The sign is holding strong. That is pretty good. With these final few blocks, our entire mob drop shop is now all finished. That is everything. I mean, that was a really smooth process, wasn't it? We didn't have any massive issues, apart from, of course, dying and losing all my items. I mean, that was a pretty big issue, but of course that was yesterday, so I pretty much forgot about that. This is it. This is the place. This is where you come. As you can see, we have got the signs here. 1 diamond equals 1 stack of gunpowder. Same price as beforehand. 1 diamond equals 12 blocks of TNT. That's the way that we're going to be doing it. And as you can see from inside this chest, we have a few bits laid out. We've got a few bits of TNT and a bunch of gunpowder on the inside of here. But I feel like A, we need a little bit more stock, but more importantly, B, we need to get rid of these chests. I'm going to have to move all of these items from these chests right here back over to my base. And you know what? I think I'm going to do that in a time lapse. So in today's time-lapse chat, I want to talk to you very briefly about merchandise. Now I know you guys are probably very bored of me talking about merchandise. I've done a bunch of chatting about this, but there is a ton of stuff that I want to get off my head and a ton of questions that I want to answer for you guys. So first off, I just want to say massive thank you for the amount of support you guys have been showing. The merchandise has been a huge success. As you guys know, it's been absolutely crazy. And me and Cap and Cook are the people that are creating this merchandise and basically managing the whole situation. We're extremely chuffed because you guys seem to be really appreciating all of the hard work that's going into designing these things and making these things possible. So thank you ever so much for that. But more importantly, a lot of people have been asking what sorts of currencies they can order in and where they can order to. Now, the currency is a good question because, of course, my website only shows the prices in pounds, and that's got a lot of people quite confused. You know, they go on the website and they're like, how do I order in dollars, or how do I order in euros, or any other form of currency? Now, the big thing here is that what you have to do is you have to go onto the website and you have to actually add the item into the cart. So you have to click on the item and then you have to go add to cart, and that will show you how much the item costs inside your cart in your own currency plus the rate of shipping. Now, as I mentioned in my second merchandise video, we have actually managed to do like a brilliant job in terms of the shipping. We have managed to knock that down by more than half. It's now only about £2 internationally, which is absolutely fantastic. And also the price of the cube itself has been reduced by £5, so really loads of savings to be made there. But of course, on top of the price reductions and everything like that, you also get a little signed card inside your box now. So we came up with a new idea that we thought would be really personal and lovely, which is for me to hand sign a little card that is going to be going inside the box with the Mumbo Cube. So if you want my signature on a piece of paper, then that is the thing to order. And I cannot wait to sign all of these things. It's going to take an age, and I'm probably going to end up time-lapsing it and put it on the second channel. But that's going to be a lot of fun. So, as I say, the link to the store can be found down in the description if you do want to check it out, because there is a bunch of awesome stuff on there. But more importantly, another question that I keep receiving is, will it ship to my country? Now, 9 times out of 10, in fact 99 times out of 100, the answer to that one is going to be yes. We pretty much ship everywhere apart from the moon, probably North Korea. I don't think we ship to North Korea and Antarctica. I think that's about it. I mean, I'm fairly certain that we ship to every other country. I do believe there is actually a shipping list on the website, so you guys can check that one out. But that will give you all of the information that you need. And I'll try my best to answer your comments down in the comment section. If you have any other questions about the merchandise, I will be more than happy to help. But anyway, let's hop back onto the Hermitcraft server because we've got some episodes to do. So we have it, guys. All of the items have now been moved. We don't have a chest over here, and more importantly, we don't have any chests on the inside of here which are meant to be there. So we don't have any of that junk. We've just got this one chest which says 1 diamond equals 1 stack of gunpowder, or 1 diamond equals 12 blocks of TNT. And of course, when you open up this thing, we get ourselves some TNT down in the water. I'll be honest, I think I only put about 55 in there, and I've probably used this around about 30 times, so we're probably running low already. But this is the system, and one thing that I just want to say before we end today's episode is whoever built this, can you please light it up? Like, seriously, I always walk in here and I always end up being attacked. This time it was by a creeper, and I ended up blowing up this little area right here. I've managed to just about reconstruct it, I do believe, but the chances are I've probably got it wrong, and I've probably missed a block or two. So let me know down in the comment section if I managed to do that, because let's face it, it's more than likely. But unfortunately, that's all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Hey guys, just one quick message that I want to say before you go. We have got a bunch of new merchandise available in the Mumbo Jumbo store. For example, this hoodie right here, we've got this rather lovely little Mumbo cube that you can see, really nice and soft and squishy, but also a few other hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, mouse mats, and all those good bits and pieces. So head over to store.thatmumbojumbo.com to check out what we've got for you.